itself. I think it doesn't bug the stream, but it does. Hmm. Second thing, we don't go to because yeah, no. Oh, there we go. You know. All right, that's all right. This is something I wanted to try, and like I said, I've been always trying to experiment with this channel, and this catches on. I would do it for any else. So the first thing we're gonna do is gaming and conversation, in which this is like a podcast one. Don't worry, I'm still gonna do my podcast, but um, I wanted to blend two of my channels into one, because my second channel also was Skin on Fly, where I just give my thoughts. And I was thinking, like, well, I have a bunch of, sometimes when I just do my thoughts, I have them down here, and try to mix the two. And then I'm like, what if I bring them here? So, one of the topics I already brought was the Kiki Palmer thing, so I don't have to do the Palmer thing. But we all start with mental health. And while I'm doing that, I'm playing this game, Risk Ring 2, which I haven't played before the stream. This is my first time doing it on stream, but this is actually the first time ever playing this. I've already got the hint of what I was supposed to do. Thank you to the people in my Discord, well, not my Discord, a Discord that I'm in, that I kind of get the objectives again. Otherwise, I just would have been just killing people for no fucking reason. But, but again, we're going to try to, I'm going to try to unlock most people. I think that's what mostly I'm trying to do. But also, I'm trying to get better at this game. So, but while we're doing that, let's have gaming and conversation. Alright, let's do this. And the first topic I want to talk about is Men's Mental Health Month. Now, the first time I tried doing this is on my podcast, and then it was my final thoughts. And I will admit that when I tried to attempt it, it was terrible. And I think I was trying to do it and not be vulnerable. And I felt like in order for me to do it correctly, I have to be vulnerable with myself and how I personally think of mental health awareness is. Now, also it is for almost the end of Pride Month, and happy Pride Month to those who celebrate it. But as a man, I do want to talk about the Men's Mental Health Month. Now, the thing is, like, we all know mental health is real, and a lot of men, there are men that go through a lot of stuff that feel like they're lonely in this world and no one likes them, or whatever going through. And we could be very proud as far as like not going to therapy, or just toughing it out, suppressing it until it like blows up from people, the usual thing. Now, if I've never been to therapy, but if you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. And I feel like, again, I was trying to go to things and just keep on trying, keep on pushing on and all that other stuff, but that sounds so vague and just plain. And I didn't just want to just leave it at that. And like I said, I think I should be more vulnerable. And the thing about the advice I do want to give, not advice, but a word of encouragement is to keep on moving forward, because that's the story of my life. Because even when I felt like there was nothing I can do, I just kept moving. I didn't want to be stagnant, because I felt like if I was being stagnant, then I'm not going to get anything accomplished. And that's just personally how I felt. So when I was younger, I wanted to, like, I didn't know what to do. Like I graduated high school and I didn't know what to do. So, you know, actually I didn't know what to do. I wanted to go to the Art Institute of Washington and I wanted to be a game designer because I like video games and you know, you just it just seemed cool like creating your own video games and then being in the field that you can enjoy playing video games. And then when I seen the Art Institute of Washington and doing that, he was like, "Oh man, I'm sick." So I was just solid to go there. And so, um, when I tried to get myself there, I still needed my parents for some reason. I don't know because they was trying, and you know, they was happy that I chose some place that I was going because they didn't know what I was going to do. They didn't know what I was going to do. So I told them that's where I wanted, and they tried to get me in. And unfortunately, I could not get in at the time. I still don't remember why I couldn't get in, but I couldn't get in. So, with that being said, I joined the Navy. This was like I was hurt, and then like I tried to get, I was trying to get a job around where I live at, but I swear to God, no one was hiring. And this was before, this was like when you had to go up and like fill a job application, and like you couldn't. We started doing it online, but and then like most of the time like, he wasn't getting it. So you know, you still had to walk up there and ask if he was hiring. And I swear to you, like I went to like this small part and I walked every job, asked if they was hiring, and nobody was hiring. And I told myself if no one was hiring, I was going to join the military. And lo and behold, nobody was hiring, and I ended up joining the military. And even when I got out the military, I was just like, I was trying to find a job again. Like, the job I wanted, like, it took me forever to get. Not gonna hold you, but, like, when I got out of the Navy, I just went to school. And it was all an institute, but it was just, I still, and even when, like, COVID hit, and I was at my brokers, and I didn't have no money to where I felt, I'm not gonna lie, I just felt useless. And that was like the second most depressing part. The most, actually, it was, I could put it in the most depressing part because working in Walmart was very depressing for me. And, or at least the Walmart I worked at, it was very depressing and I hated working there. One of the most depressing, let's just say it was like it's the first time I ever thought about unaliving myself was at this Walmart, to where like I was supposed to go to Georgia and go to Atlanta, and I was going to, my friend wanted me to finish my degree, in which I was going to do that, but I was like, you know, after I got the military, used the military benefits, and my benefits kind of ran out. I still got an associate's degree, but it was just like, and it was in video production film. And yes, it was in the Art Institute of Washington. By the time, and if you're wondering, like, why didn't I pursue video games, then, like, I basically read an article, and it was about how, like, you shouldn't want to be in the video game development because a lot of studios don't last and they get fired and you bounce around easily. So when I read that, and it is true because I've seen a lot of studios come up and shut down, aka like you see it in like EA, like a lot of EA studios they go to, a lot of studios that get bought by EA and then they get shut down. So I was like, well, I don't want to be in a job where even if I'm doing good, my job is on the line. So I was just like, oh nah, you're not doing that. So I was like, I was supposed to go into like audio because then I was like, I love music and I wanted to just like produce beats because I love listening to instrumentals, and but then again, I fell in love with film. And I was a big movie nerd. I was like, I'm a big movie buff. Not as much nostalgic there, but I am a big movie buff to where, like, I knew like all my hood movies and like I can tell you like who's in what and all that stuff. Watching TV, doing all the other stuff. So like, I was a big old movie and TV buff. So and when you do audio, I still was going to go in for audio, but when you go for audio, you have to go through film first. So when I was going through film, I ended up falling in love with it to a point where I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just stick with film, and I'm getting my associate's degree. And then, but the sad part is where I was in like Maryland, Virginia area, not that much opportunity like a Hollywood or something like that, or where you can work at. And so during that time with COVID, I didn't get like everything was shut down. I didn't have no job, and that's when, well, even before that, that's when I started my podcast and doing this. So it was just one of those things where I just, bet on myself. I was like, well, if nothing's gonna happen, I should at least bet on myself. And I did. That's when I'm putting in the most work, actually. This is one of those things where I was just putting in the most work. I wasn't getting the views, but I was enjoying myself. So I just kept myself busy because I couldn't find a job. That neither. It's always good to find a job. But I just kept moving. I didn't want anything to stop. And I'm sorry for the whole long ramble, but I think the moral of the story is I just kept moving. Now go back to the this person. The Huntress. I've done best with the Huntress. Especially on something like this, I've done best with the Huntress. But anyway, my whole life is just even when I was stuck in the rut, I kept moving forward. Because I was like, I can't do nothing. So it was just whether it was successful or not, I kept moving. I didn't want nothing to stop me or, slow me down. Whether it was successful or not, it was just things come to your way. So that's what mostly I can share with y'all. So and I know even then I'm still figuring it out. Well, I always tell myself look, just keep moving forward, and I feel like your day will come. So I'm still, this still kind of like I said, I'm still not where I'm at with supposed to be. Hopefully I get there, but I'm not where I was before. I'm in a better spot now, especially mentally especially mentally. Physically, I'm gonna try to get back in shape, but mentally, I'm in a better place now. There's that. Now, I feel like for those men that feel like that, it's just the most I can tell you is to keep moving. That's keeping me up, and I hope it keeps you up too. Because like I said, I've had my struggles, and like I said, I'm in a better spot. So what else I wanted to talk about? Because there's a lot of stuff that happened in the week. Um, okay, in the Kiki, now we already talked about the Kiki Palmer thing. So I do want to talk about the thing in there that I don't think I touched on like that, but I still kind of want answers. And it's more or less because I hear a lot that women say that men resent women for making more money than them. And I hear a lot of stories, and it's one thing I would love to do in the future. It's like I want to have conversations with people, and like I want to hear stories. And one of them is I'm entitled "Who Are These Niggas?" And who are these niggas going to consist of? These want to tell me these stories of like some of the stuff they say, like men are intimidated by them because of sexual. And like I'm always like, who are these niggas? I need to hear these stories. And the back of my that's the back of my head. It's like I need to hear these stories because I look, even me personally, do I like dating while broke? No. I feel like as a man, I am old school enough to look like if I ask a girl out, I'll pay. Even if I don't get no cheeks on the first date and all that stuff. I don't mind paying because I feel like that is the gentleman thing to do. But I've also dated women and I've also been with women that make more than me. I was never, and that never bothered me. And like, but you see a lot of people it's like men don't care about the money you make. So I want to hear about these women that like, they said that men are intimidated. I just want to know who are these niggas because I don't know no. I don't even know no men that's just like resenting that girl that makes more money than them. So it's like you understand. I think you understand life, but I also think what it is these women probably emasculating men, and the men don't like being emasculated. In which, like, even I had to talk to my sisters like that because at least one of them, you know, she's very independent. Let's just say, like, but the way my father raised my sisters is like not need a man for anything, like for them to do on their own. But not to emasculate them, but I feel like that's where it comes into. So, like, it's never too disrespectful there, but it's just like we are in a new economy where like what they say, like 5% of people live in a house where one man makes a salary and the woman is at home now, like in that type of environment. So like only one of them, and but everybody still is like, or at least in the black community, like 50-50 is like taboo. So I'm not going 50-50. It's like they rather go 100 than go 50-50 with a man. And you've heard those talks. So even then, it's just like and these women always talk about like men are intimidated and then men resent them. So I want to know who are these niggas, and it's just like I want to hear stories, like because at least when my sisters they tell me stories of stupid things and stupid interactions that they have with men. I go, and like my sisters are not liars, but they told me stories about like the stupid things that like men have done while on dates, and I've heard of those. I've really have heard of stories like that where men like really do some stupid stuff on dates. That I do believe because as men sometimes we're not like you can. There's some things that I feel like that men do are stupid, like sending dick pics, unsolicited dick pics, and it's just like, why would you do that? Like, what makes you think in the right mind that sending a dick pic to a woman is the correct thing to do? Like, what's going through your head and thinking like, you know what she wants? She wants to see my dick. Even though she never asked, she wants to see my dick. I want to show her. Like, it's dumb. Like, have I sent dick pics before? Yes, I have, but only when they ask for it. I don't send unsolicited dick pics. Like I said, it's stupid. So, like I don't know, but other shit like that is just like you hit. Like I said, I hear stories like this and I go, yo, they really doing it? Like, who are these niggas? And I know a lot of these women they get mad because it's just like, but I tell them I don't know nobody like that. And if I did, I either wouldn't hang around them or I would check that shit. Because a lot of women feel like we're not holding men accountable. I'm just like, we're not, and I tell them we're not, because like a nigga doing shit like that, he ain't hanging around us. We're not gonna be no like lame nigga like that. We're not like if a dude is a F boy out there, he's an F boy up here too. So like to me, it's just one of those things where like you doing that, okay, like you lame. And it's just like like I said, either you shape, we don't know, as many women lines to shape up and ship out. Cause it's just like, yo, I ain't gonna, if you wanna hang with me, yeah, that shit gonna have to stop. Or it's like, if we know someone doing that, I say, bro, that ain't cool. Like I said, a lot of women don't see us men checking other men, and that's why they feel like we don't check men at all. It's just like, yeah, we do. It's like, this is why we have laws and regulations right now, because men check other men. But like I said, I don't think they don't see it themselves, and so sometimes it's not for them to see, but it's just like, oh, yeah, we do. We definitely check men for doing some lame shit like that, because like I said, it is lame. So I don't know. One of these days, I'm going to do is like 40 minutes, and then we're going to have a conversation. Because, like I said, I'm one of them dudes just like, I'm not going to be, we're not going to be having the same conversation. I don't get it. Or, I'm not, sometimes, I understand people want to vent to vent, but I don't like that sometimes we vent and nothing gets done. So it's just like, after a while, like if we vent about the same shit, eventually we gonna ask, what are we doing? And then some people actually don't do anything. So that gets on my nerves. It's just like, well, if you're not gonna do anything, just shut the fuck up. Honestly, that's how I feel sometimes. It's just like, I do something about this shut the fuck up. Because I don't want to hear this dumb shit anymore. And I don't think anybody else do too. It's just like, okay. It's that what do we do? It's the same thing with these particular relationships. It's like, nobody wants to hear this dumb shit about 50-50 relationships. But it's just like, what we doing? Either we're just going to have them, which, like, we have to. Because most people think white people don't do 50-50. It's like, yes, but a lot of people don't know or see that. But yeah, white people. We have to tell black women that, yes, white people do. It's just like, I don't know where you got that idea. White people didn't, but yeah, like I tell people at the dead day, matter of fact, like most of them, like they have jobs and like they family work. They understand. Like, I think a lot of the other problem is black people, or with most of them, they feel like they're just going to do all the work. And this is where the other conversation is happening to where it's just like, okay, if you feel like you're just going to be the only one doing the work, it shows like who you is. But maybe just me because like my mother and father cook. My mother and father both know how to cook, know how to clean, they know how to take care of themselves and all the other things. So I don't have like in which I know how to do chores, I know how to cook, I know how to clean, I know how to do my own laundry, etc., etc. Like, oh man, but sometimes I usually have I try to have try to find a healing game, but I couldn't find it. I think we're in a good spot, but yeah, that's the one thing I can say. Like I know how to cook for myself. I know how to, like me myself. I know how to cook for myself. I know how to clean myself. I know how to wash my own ass. It's just like, so when things like this occur, it's just like, are you with a man that never had to cook and clean for himself or something like that? And like, because a lot of dudes will think like, oh, that's a woman's job and all that other stuff. Gender roles is one of those things where it's just like, no, this is just like, what can you do? I don't know, what is gender? Because like, to me, cooking and cleaning is not a woman's thing. It's like, it's just a personal thing, if you ask me. I feel like you should personally know how to, like, again, fend for yourself, because I do know dudes that don't know how to cook, and it's just like their moms, it seems like their moms spoiled them or something like that, and the mom was doing, but I don't, but at my house, like, both men and women, we did shit. Like, I had to do dishes. I had to shoot. I cooked for the house. I cooked for the family. And like even again, I have to be capable of doing stuff myself because like ain't nobody gonna do shit for me. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, and I'm proud of doing that. It's like because now I know what I like. I know what I can cook. Like I could bring that skill to the household, but then I've raised different. I had to learn that I don't want to say it's a privilege, but I have learned that yeah, I was raised different from both other people. Oh shoot, I did beat him. Shoot, let's go. Let's go. Alright. Go to this next level. We'll be trying to unlock something. They told me like you should at least try to not, the goal is to not stay there too long. As you can see, sometimes I have a habit of exploring. So, but I try to keep it. Now I try to find what I need to find. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, more of the story is I want to find out. Yeah, who are these niggas? I think we need to find out. Because it's the same thing, but who are these women? Like, but I feel like you'll see. I hate to say this, and it sounds real sense. I feel like you see more of the, maybe because I'm a dude, I see more of the ratchet or not good women than I've done seeing like not good men. But then again, I don't date men, so ladies, like, again, I'm always that dude that has a fool of these niggas, but I'm always like, and maybe this is just me just seeing things. The one thing I notice is like y'all think them niggas, and then like when y'all want them fixed, but y'all don't want the people that's already a fixed product. And do that, and this is like the whole one in the future and the Russell Wilson and stuff like that. still know Russell Wilson in the future. But anyway, it's like, I've run into that where a woman, like, I've said this story before. I had a friend that, she was in love with, she was damn near infatuated with this guy. The guy didn't feel the same about her. And then she dated this dude that she called the Incredible Chocolate. And the Incredible Chocolate did everything to do all the right things. And like she came up to me and she was asking for advice because she was just like, I don't know what to do. It seems like I did like the guy does everything but she still wasn't attracted. And I didn't go off with her, but I was like, so you finally got something of what it was one of those things where it's just like, so you finally got a man that do everything for you that you've been dying for this other nigga to do, and you still not happy? And yet you because he still wanted to get with the dude that didn't do it. What do you expect from him to do this shit? Something like that? And it's just like, never gonna end. Like, and I told him, like, I think that's not him, it's probably not him. That's it, so you finally got someone do shit for you not happy. And I remember I said, good job. And this is this young lady, I was like, oh, good job. Now you finally got what you want, and yet you don't want it. It's like, what is wrong with you? And then that's what I figured out. I said, I think I know what it is. You want him to do what he did. But he don't do that. That's his thing. And it's just like, well, you want him, from him. And it's just like, damn, it's like, and I'm saying, so what you gonna do with the man? What you gonna do with the guy you date? And she eventually broke up, but at the time she was like, I don't know. I was like, well, don't waste your time. To be honest with you, that's kind of okay to him because he's doing everything right, and yet he's doing everything you want, and yet you still not really fucking with him like that. Don't you think that's kind of fucked up? Like, I've always, oh shit. But yeah, I was like, yeah, don't you think that's kind of fucked up on his end? Like, he's doing everything for you that, you asking for a man to do. We jump high for interact slow. I don't know the door. But anyway. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just, I'm not gonna hold you, that just kinda, when I was younger, that shit kinda took me off because it's just like, and this is what other men talk about. Yo, there are good niggas out here that would do so much for you women, and y'all don't fuck with them. And even then, it's just like they're not there to be used. So like to me, that's I don't know. I treated that like a personal pet peeve because it's just like, damn, nigga can't win for losing, and this. Why, like, a lot of men feel that way. It's like, can't feel like you went for losing. Even when I do the right thing, this is why a lot of, from a man's point of view, this is why dating is hard. It's like, do you even like it? And I'll be honest with you, it's just like, I feel like, in order for a man to want to marry you, he has to feel like you like him. Like, oh shit, I went off that. Like, I tell people, like, that the song 21 Questions, to get the first question you ask is about fellow money is just now, it's just like, and I think that's what a lot of men is. It's just like, I don't mind doing things for you, but do you appreciate, or do you never leave on the lifestyle? And a lot of this is why I tell people, like, protecting and providing is not a personality trait. It's something that, as a man, you just, It's just, so when women say, "Oh, I need to put that in my body," I'm like, anybody can do it. It's just like, what do you want? And then it's just like, a lot of women just like, you don't even know what you want to make, and you even like it. So, like, you gotta ask, like, maybe you ask those questions. Like, if you're wondering, like, yo, do you even like it? Because some of these women, I don't know, you even like men. So, no. I think the hard part is this. I don't know. So we like there's more people that like. Okay, let's see it. Let's see about it. It's getting hard too. I've actually enjoyed this game, and how hard it could get. I was like, okay, let me try actually trying to unlock other characters and all that other stuff. So, yeah. Ooh, look at that. I think, like, I just think men we're now seeing, like, and we're now asking questions like, what do you want to see in a man, or what do you want in a man? Because I don't. Oh my God. Oh, yeah, I should have seen me earlier. I was messing up. I'm still kind of messing up, but. go run it. Go do that. Go run it. So, I don't know why. I think it's more like the edge on doing good with. Oh my god. I think I was out of the blast radius. That blast radius. Ow. What was done now for blast radius? You know, so radius, but you know what? God, yeah, yeah, he. Yeah, don't get caught in the no flash radius. I killed him. Let's go. Okay. It was wild. That's it. Okay. Now we have this break. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about, and then I can go ahead and call this a day. So Choosing better. Was it choosing better? We look at first quarter. There was a lot of things I talked about in that back cage that we kind of wanted to talk about. But yeah, you know, we talked about favorite show, well, rants, and oh man, uh, did I want to talk about LeBron? I don't talk about sports much, so um, I know what's happening with LeBron. The whole thing really don't matter, which is I think LeBron is full of shit. I wanted to say that when I play 2K, but I think I can do that here. Shoot, contact lights around the camp. Okay, that thing killed me last time. Okay, it killed me last. Like I said, this is my first. So this is the first time I ever playing this game. I found this game very. I didn't think it was this hard when I first started. If you ever seen how we first started, you're like, God damn, this is struggling. You're like, this sucks. Which I think we all have to begin it. I think this is what they call roguelikes. I think this is the word. I just like killing enemies. Even though like insane, impossible. I'm gonna look at impossible. This is honestly this is the best I've done. Like I'm proud of myself for that into. Hold on, my alarm's about to go off. Let me shut off my own. That's not what I want to do. Okay. I've got figure I'll turn off for today. There we go. Alright. Okay. So, okay, usually, okay, albums of the year. Now, I'll be honest, I'll be honest with you, I literally stopped doing album reviews a long time ago, even though this band, some okay. Actually, no, this year, I don't, this is not big on albums. It's not really one I, like, say, I really enjoy where I'm, like, going back, but I'm hopefully this flipped album. Usually I try to listen to them, but I haven't heard anything, so I don't even know if I have a top five. Usually I have one from this year, but I was like, what albums have I listened to that I was like, but except for Alex Isaac, but that was like and I just love me some Alex Isaac. Terrence Martin has something with, I think his King Gibson that I've heard. Lil Wayne's album was a big old disappointment. So, which is just like, that's Lil Wayne's album was disappointing. I think the only difference for me is battle rap, and when I used to do battle rap too. And I think I have to talk about that too, because Jazz had to. If anybody knows who battle rap, you should know who Jazz the Rapper is. Jazz the Rapper basically had these big ass lyrics. So, I think she has a battle with Arsenal coming out, and Yoshi Lee doesn't like that Arsenal because he feels like it's not like a battle rap. Now, this was one of the times where, like, me and my little sister, and she's really into battle rap as well. We had this conversation today about, she was taking pictures for a baby shower because she was a baby. She got the baby. So, oh my god, But, first off, Jazz was talking. Probably told her, I don't think I'm ready, but yeah, just do this situation. Yep. Oh. I don't know. Oh god. Okay, yeah, but anyway, shout out to Jazz the Rapper, because Jazz the Rapper has been around for the longest, and Jazz has been, in my opinion, one of the few reasons why you should keep fucking battle rap. Now, I say this, there are other ones too, like Official, Miss Hustle, 40 Bars, where she's not choking. I like 40, but she's not choking. She's on the game, but when she chokes, it's kind of disappointing. Because I think she's dope. But he also was talking about like a lot of things. But Jazz was talking her talk, and to me, it was just like it was justified. Now the thing with Justin Bieber was just felt like Jazz wasn't going to compete. I get it. Oh, that's okay. I'm not sure. Most kids are surviving up to about the 30. Yeah, shout out to Jazz the Rapper. Because to me, I think she's been holding it down for the longest, and I'm pretty sure she's a shoo-in for Woman of the Year to Wody. And like, Jazz is good. Jazz has always been dope to where I felt like dudes have called her out. Now, the thing is with Yoshi G is she battle raps too, but she don't know how to keep a crowd. She knows how to be sex appeal. She knows how to be sexy, but she doesn't know how to keep people interested in rap wise. And I've said that her thought bars, to me, them thought bars can only go so far. I hate saying that, but the thought bars can only go so far. And she's won a couple battles with the thought bars, but they can only go so far. But she's also not someone that, people are saying, I want Yoshi G. I want Yoshi G. Since I've been watching female battle rap, Jazz has always been the name that everybody wants. And it's justified because every time Jazz puts on a battle, she delivers. I think the one time I ever seen her choke was against Big King, and she even said that. But I've never seen her choke. Everybody done choked, including 40 Bars. It's like everybody that's been against her, they choked, and they all did not deliver the 3 rounds. But Jazz has been doing it. She's been doing it on the Queen of the Ring stage. She's been doing it on the URL stage. She's been doing it on whatever stage she gets. So Jazz has put in the work for female battle rap to where I've seen her battle dudes to where I felt like she was definitely like champion of the year. Like she could have won champion of the year. And she was definitely in the top 5. And one of the years she was in the top 5 because she was just battling names that she should have been better. And I told this to my little sister, and she agrees with me. I say this: Jazz has the right to turn down battles. And I told her I could take a step further. She could turn down battles from dudes. I've said that, like she could turn down battles from men, and people be like, yeah, I see that. Like, let's say if Prep wanted to battle Jazz and Jazz turned that down, I'd be like, well, of course, Jazz is a bigger name than, no shade to Prep. I'm sorry, but obviously, like, if anybody is saying who's gonna win a battle between Jazz the Rapper and Prep, I'm pretty sure people was going to say Jazz. I think even you know that. But yeah, Yoshi, like, and don't get me wrong, there's some good ones, but Casey J, I feel like when she's on point, she's good. Vixen the Assassin, she's good. She did. Vixen can rap. Like, I've always, like, when she beat DNA, that shit impressed me. You know, there's other ones. It's like Couture was always my favorite, like my sister pointed out to me, I don't think she really cares for battle rap that much. Otherwise, you'll see her more. And I was like, yeah, you're right, because you don't see her more. But when she was on, and that's why I always like Couture. But I feel like she had her own business, and I'm pretty sure that was getting her more money than the female battle rap. But I felt like if she would have stood around for female battle rap, she would definitely helped out. Now the other thing is with female battle rap in itself, it always shoots itself in the foot. Now there was at one point where female battle rap was, Queen Ring specifically, was the third best battle league, and Queen of Ring was putting fire battles. And I said this, it started declining after that C3, I think it was C3 and Rex fight, you know. Not for at least, like, whatever that fight came out, it was just like, no, I think C3 was supposed to battle with Shayna Ashley, and like she had some shit going on, but and for what my sister said, because she was at that battle, she was actually at that battle, like Rex just wouldn't shut up, and like it caused no records or some shit like that. But yeah, because I never been to a battle, but my little sister, she used to go to battle. She actually met some of the battle rappers, so she actually went outside. But me, and I was supposed to go to one, but like my ID, I had a situation with my ID, so I couldn't go to one. But you know, she's actually has been to battle. She actually met some of the battle rappers. Shout out to her. But so, and she's also been into battle rap too. So with that being said, Jazz definitely, like, the way she ran it, I was like, yeah, talk this shit, Jazz. To where like even A-Verb was like, Jazz is talking to your hoes, and Yoshi G flopped. He was like, I'm not talking to him. He was like, I'm not talking to A-Verb no more. And I was like, you shouldn't be like that. But at the same time, Jazz doesn't want, like, every time Jazz does something, she gets rid of Jazz personally, I've seen it with Jazz people, not battling females. Now she's battling with a bunch of females, she complain about that. Now when you're not battling men, oh, she battling men. They complain about that. Like, Jazz was another person that she couldn't win for me or something like that, but I just think people was hating on her. And especially Yoshi G. I think Yoshi G was hating on her too, but again, Jazz didn't clear the first, so like Jazz is the last thing. And then when we was also talking about like the many times that I hate saying this, but like female battle rap isn't popular. There's always problems. There's always something. Like Remy, people forget Remy joint was supposed to be a female only battle league, and you see how there was no money in it. And then like there's also like a bunch, not even egos, but it's just that this is the difference between the men and women. My sister agreed with this. I said, look, even if they beef, they know like, yo, there's money to be made in this. We, if they don't really like each other, we can settle it on the stage and like get money out. And you've seen that many of times, especially like with Sousa, Sousa the Hitman. That was one. Rex and Shine when like they wasn't speaking. And I didn't even want that battle to happen. I was like, yo, do you like brothers or some shit like that? And like Shine 3-0 the fuck out of Rex. What's the battle one? I think Arsenal and Averb or something like that. Because I know Arsenal and Averb battle. Arsenal and Hitman. They was beefing with each other. Like, you know, stuff like that where like, okay, what is it? Now there has been fights, obviously, like Serious Jones getting on that half up. In fact, most of the, it's funny that most of the fights happen in that half. Like, y'all know the shit with Briz Rothstein and fucking Murder Mook or some shit like that. But that was Briz Rothstein was good too. Probably why you never saw it again. And even though people want Briz to battle back, it's just, I think Briz really was doing too much stuff. But if he does come back, I would like to see him come back, but Briz was doing too, I watched that battle, Briz was doing too much. Hell, motherfucking Tay-Rock and K-Shine. It was another one, it was like, it was bad, I said it was bad on that end, where like, they actually got into a fight. And you know, both K-Shine and motherfucking Tay-Rock got high hits. Perfect shit. Yeah, we're talking. I'm gonna pick right. Alright, here we go. There we go. But yeah, female battle rap isn't profitable, and you know even they had to talk like this. It's just like I hate to say this stuff. Even I was saying this. It's just like some of the female rappers. It sounds very sexy, and I know a lot of them do not want to do that because they're rappers. But it was just like sometimes you do got to put a little sex appeal, and what you doing just to get eyes on it. I think there was and a lot of them was good looking women too. Like I think Couture looked good, but Couture always looked good when she dressed. But she, well, if I was correct, she was a style. She had her own clothing brand, so of course she was gonna. Oh shit, go ahead. But yeah, she had her own clothing brand, so she can style herself. You know, a lot of them was just like E Hart, and you know, I think E Hart is just like the time when all this is like, and then like 40 bars, she was good, but she also like 40. Jazz the Rapper, at one point, she was dressed in a cowboy and gold boy. When her cherry got popped, started dressing a little bit more. Yeah, I think she, and like I said, Jazz is a brand. She's a good brand, and she know how to work with it. So there's also that. So you get, I don't know, this is, I mean, Victim looks good. You know, like I know people like be talking bad about her too, because like she got a bad body, but she got pretty face with a bad body or something like that. Coffee Brown, she looks good sometimes. There's also Miss Hustle got a BBL, but even then before she was kind of like there was a lot of that, but it was also like when they didn't like each other, they didn't like each other a lot of them. And then the whole ghostwriting thing that kind of like fucked with me because Polly was ghostwriting. And Ghost Rider is still battling and people didn't like that. And you know, like in rap period, like Ghost Rider is very taboo. Anybody that's in that, anybody that knows that about battle rap, Ghost Rider is taboo. So, golly. Get it free for me. Okay. Oh yeah, Ghost Rider is taboo. So, but, I mean, battle rap in itself is down. And you can kind of like see that. I think everybody see the writing on the wall to where like, but you know, it had a solid run. Like even Smack, not even like doing pay-per-views, but I don't. People ask why is this like a bunch. I just think that the new we done seen every battle that we need to see, and some of the new dudes is just not that profitable, except for like niggas like Eunice. I think Eunice is cool. I still need to watch him, but Eunice is cool. I heard he had performance in the night versus Chad. I think he had done well versus Rum Nitty as well. So. But you know, I don't know. It's like Geechee, he was the last most profitable. And like I said, I did Eunice's props, but it's just like Geechee, Real Sid, and like I don't know. I'll vote like he could have battled everybody. So if it's like the case of battle rap or like someone, and I love you to twerk. Pause, but I don't know. I just think battle rap done ran its course. So where there's not that much money in it, but when there was money in it, oh boy, there was money. There was money to be made. And but also like I don't know, so like to me I hate saying this, but I do feel like you're around like they'll push one or two niggas, but they don't push a whole slew of niggas. I mean, yeah, you had your rookies versus that, you know, don't push one or two people like that. Like, for one point, it was Grizz and T-Top. And it was Prep. They tried pushing Prep, and Prep is so-so. And some guys would be good, and some guys would not. And, you know, nobody is going to be as interesting as the people we grew up with, like the Surf, the Wreck, the Hitmans, the Calicos, like the Arsenals. That's why, to me, that's why Geechee was, to me, I was always against pushing people. Because, like, I feel like you can't run out of black people and like kids. I guess I'm right, because after Lux, it's just like, whatever. Rum Nitty had a solution, so Rum Nitty just got me ups, but now he's not someone else. It was like, what else is going on? And it's just like, to me, I feel like if you're going to keep that rap alive, you gotta have not just one or two niggas that are like a whole class. Even then, like, if the whole class is not good, you just have some B-tier battles there for the but and it all goes back to the app because it's just like, let's be real. There's some battles you look at and it's just like, I don't want that battle. I think Swamp, yeah, Swamp is pretty Drill Ship is cool. Yeah, like I said, Eunice is definitely like someone people look at. But it's just like, how do you keep them relevant in battle rap to where people just see them? Like I said, Eunice did great or no, but like Twerk, ever since when he first battled, does Twerk like catching to where like when he did the strapped in thing, in the second time he battled, everybody was saying the slogan. Twerk was back. And like everybody that saw that, Twerk where like everybody was talking about, everybody was doing the strap in. It was just like you could Twerk could do no wrong. But even then Twerk kinda like you can tell what Twerk guys are not. But usually it's like don't show battles. But with and it kind of funny because the Twerk is on point, Twerk is on point. But you can tell when Twerk don't try, Twerk don't try. And it's just like, ugh. So, with that being said, I don't know. You know, battle rap is just in a weird place, but to me, it could still live, but I think Air has I don't think it's gonna die off. It's just gonna be like wrestling, like some people just say. But they could have a resurgence again if they get a bunch of new people that do it for the sport and not for love for the money. Because as you can see, the money will always be there. But the love of the sport is what keeps it in the passion. Because like I said, I don't always say battle rap is the purest Shakespeare. So you gotta treat it like that. You gotta treat the art as the art should be treated. I guess I can really think about that. I mean, that doesn't cover like 3 things. And like I haven't spoken about that already. I was gonna talk about the LeBron thing, and because my whole thing is like. I think a lot of people can switch to even a lot of people bring up Jordan 66, the whole thing about ring culture, because everybody's like, you know, the first thing they bring about the argument who's better than Jordan and LeBron, they bring up the ring. Seems like he goes to 2-6 in the finals and you never seen the game 7 anymore. Now, don't get me wrong, because like now LeBron is like they coaching on that and everybody's calling out for the bullshit. I'm not just saying that's what everybody else is talking about for the bullshit. Like he went to Miami to go win. And he was talking about that 5, that 6, that 7. Like, it's just like give it a reason, like kind of the business on the doing really for something they never won. And I also feel like if you won one ring, his mindset will change. You know, anybody that do that, like, give it a ring for all. Like, everybody don't give it a ring for all. And then the same thing with my man Carmelo Anthony. Like, that's why I wanted Carmelo to win a ring so bad. He's one of the greatest scorers. And I know a lot of people want to say he's one of the greatest scorers. Always said Melo could win, but he didn't win. And then like he tried, but he always just went good for the money. He's won gold medals. He's won the NCAA trophy. He's just like, but I know a lot of people think of him. like he's won on everything else except for like the NBA level. So, but I don't know if I can hold that against him because who else has like 3 gold medals other than him? It's just one of those things. But Melo was always one of my favorite players. I like the way Melo kind of like attacked the game. Good. I don't know. But yeah, LeBron, my whole thing about LeBron shooting the ring pocket for the shoot. You gotta understand also, and I've said this before, like, look how they talk about Jordan, and look how they talk about LeBron. How? Look how they talk, when they tell stories, look how they talk about Jordan, look how they talk about LeBron. Like, even though LeBron has greatness in him, but anytime you hear Jordan's story, it's like this unbelievable thing, like just supernatural. And that's another thing that to me it separates Jordan from LeBron. It's just like how the story is told. It's just like the way people tell the story of Jordan is just like it's like seeing Jesus for the first time. And yeah, when you hear a story about Jordan, it's always like seeing Jesus for the first time for most people. And everybody talk about he had this glow, he had this aura, and like, oh man, when you came in, he just shut down the room. And even at his older age, when they was doing the 75 greatest players, and then Jordan walked into the room, it's just like he shut everything down. It's like everything was like, oh shit. LeBron don't have those stories. In my opinion, LeBron don't have those stories like that. As great as LeBron is, LeBron doesn't have those type of stories. Like, you hear LeBron's a good dude. LeBron, he's smart. LeBron, but he's like, when you hear Jordan's like, it's just like, oh man, when Jordan jumped in the air, it seems like like LeBron, when it comes to LeBron, it's more or less a glaze setting. And he has his diehard fans that LeBron to go, but it's always like it's not like how can I say this? It's like they believe it, but it's not to the magnitude of just like again each other's stuff. Even with Space Jam, like every time I hear a Bridge, and there's a lot of YouTube shows in Bridge, like you hear my competitive nature just fire, but it didn't matter who you were or what you did, he was always ready to play. Yeah, he always was ready to play, and he always wanted people to had this competitive nature of not losing, and he losing. I tell people listen to how the stories are told. That's too much about. And to me, that thing was delegated like that. That even the stuff he was saying, like no one saying Charles Barkley was a great. A lot of people say that even Charles Barkley was telling me like you know who's great. He just didn't win, but he knows that I'm not gonna be called category to other people. Like so, Charles Barkley did it. But it was like LeBron. That's what I said. LeBron was bullshit. You know, he just like. That's why people say LeBron was bullshit because it's like. It is. Oh man. Okay. I was honestly, this is a beautiful level. Beautiful level. Okay, yeah. Um. About to give it to change here. So, did y'all see that? Everyone for running. Him trying to chase good and he's trying to now then you realize that he's going to win. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. Most people say you're going to have to go. Most people want to say you got to enjoy. And most people just want to, you know, it's going to be things like, oh, LeBron, whatever LeBron feels like, or something like that. So it's like whenever you hear this, no one's never saying LeBron's not great, and that's what a lot of people is trying to get through LeBron fans. But you know, the LeBron slurpers is always going to, um, you know, counteract LeBron. Oh, you know, they're going to defend LeBron by hook or by crook. So, yeah, they're going to defend LeBron by hook or by crook. So, I'm not, God damn it. Dude, was that one third one? So, I don't know. Yeah, I would just leave it there. the moral story of that one is listen to how the uh, stories are being told then compared to Jordan and compared to LeBron. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it right there. Now, if y'all like this, and hopefully, like I can get better at doing this as well, gaming and conversing. Uh, Hopefully, I can bring others around. We can do some gaming and conversing too. So, but I'm always willing to try new things just to try them out. So hopefully this was very successful. And let me know what you guys think. Thank you for listening and watching. I hope you had a wonderful time. And also, stay tuned for more. And this is your boy, Skin of Fly.